Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. I have a rather extensive haul video, and I want to apologize for this chaotic, I should have killed that fly before I started, for this sort of chaotic opening shot, but this book is so big and so heavy, I wanted to do it first and get it out of the way. Now you can imagine that I am drawn to that cover. But look at the size of this thing. The Culinary Institute of America, the world's premier culinary college. 8th edition. Now, I should probably just, oh, my drawer's stuck. If I can't easily get my ruler out, maybe. Send some good vibes my way. Oh, okay, I think I did. Ah, yes. I will show you how enormous this book is. It's 11, a little over 11, by 8 3/4, and almost 2.5 inches, a 2.5 inch spine. And it is a heavy thing. Now, it doesn't, let me tell you a date. Look at this nice copper pot end papers. It is 2006, so it's almost 20 years old. Now, there are many pages in here that I'm sure I would never use. Ugh, homemade sauerkraut. I mean, these are obviously good for, envelopes or whatever, the usual stuff that we always say. A lot of index pages. I'm sure a lot of good information, like definitions. Thought I got that fly. Charts and recipes and so on. But I think the best part of this book is in the beginning. Let's see where it begins. Okay, so here are the techniques. How to grill or broil. Cleaning soft-shelled crab. Tying a roast. Okay, that's chapter 18. Okay. Oh, we're still doing recipes here. I didn't look at the index, but I'm just thinking that it's these pages that will be the best for fussy cutting. What do we have in part 1? So it's just, I guess, introductory stuff. Okay, so fussy cut some cheese. Nice display of vegetables. Oh, so it's got different parts of the world and maybe some of the dishes that came from there. You know, this sort of thing with different little ingredients. These are spices. I still haven't really hit the part I wanted to show you. And again, I really didn't flip through this. Okay, pasta. Maybe this is where we're still into the basics. So nuts and seeds. Again, I realize I'm not really giving a very good look. Those things could all be fussy cut. You can imagine those coming down the side of a page. Dried legumes. Pasta. Grains. Corn. Rice. Wheaten flour. Blue vein cheeses. Grating cheeses. Hard cheeses. Herbs. Tomatoes. Shoots and stalks. And so on and so on and so on. melons, grapes, berries. So I think just because this is like a workout, just carrying this book around, I will probably remove the pages that I want to fussy cut and, you know, well, basically gut the book and then, actually, this would, mind you, it's so thick, kind of ratted up corners. It would probably, no, I was going to say, oh, that was the thud of it hitting the floor. Or rather, it's slipping out of my hands. Okay, I've belabored that enough, or too much already. I was going to say that maybe it would make a great altered book, but I don't think so. It's far too big. I bought a couple packages of these clips. Now, they're not, you know, that special looking, but they are very strong, and I'm sure that they are sort of those quilting clips. So I will add this to my collection of clips because it seems that I'm always needing clips in different parts of the house for different, whatever I'm undertaking, wherever I'm undertaking it. 3 packages of self-cover button kits. I will add this. I have a big enough collection that I will add these to that collection. I need to start using some of them. I know I did a video way back when comparing some different brands, and it was fun, but you know, it's time, new projects, new fabrics, time to do this again. Paid $1 for this weekly plan. Now, I use a page a day altered Reader's Digest for my own planner, but certainly removing the coil and folding these pages in half make great signature pages. It is nice that they, 11 by, I'm sure probably, well, yeah, I could even cut right along there. I could remove the coil. Either way, these make great signature pages, and everything will be right side up. I like these steno books. This one happens to be green, so again, you know, when you want something that you can, where the lines are going the right way, like these could easily be folded on that pink line and be used in a tall, skinny project. What is this? Oh, I was at an estate sale, and, well, a moving into a facility kind of sale, and I bought a box full of stationery. Now, in that box were all these envelopes in a variety of sizes. I've sort of neatened them up, and I will add this to where I keep my order packing supplies. What I didn't, oh, and that box included, I'm not even sure where I put that box, but it has an electric adding machine, you know, a 3-hole punch, a stapler, all those kinds of things that I probably don't need, but, you know, at some point I'll go through it. Envelopes are always a good thing. Anyway, as I was sorting the envelopes, I realized that a lot of them, and I don't, probably not on here. Oh yeah, here's one. There were a lot of these with these little stickers in the corner. And it says brochure, and it was priced at $5. Serigraphs by Shostak. Now, Peter Shostak is, I would say, a well-known Ukrainian painter, Ukrainian-Canadian painter, and a lot of rural winter church kind of landscapes. So this is the document that was in there. Now, he's an old guy now, so clearly this is old, because here he's a strapping young man with the big mustache. So these are sort of typical of what kind of landscapes he would have done. And clearly this was a series of some sort. So that's why the colors are, you know, complementary. So I have a number of these. I'm not sure what I'll do with them. Maybe put some in Happy Mail or whatever. Obviously cutting these out, like, isn't that those jars of those dill pickles and the dill just perfect? And there's an old threshing machine. Kids skating. Anyway, enough about that. So I have, you know, several of those that I have to deal with at some point. Now, I have never seen grid paper this big. And I can't remember where I got this, but it's like a pad and a half. A little something was wet here, but that doesn't matter, because quite often we wet our papers. Let's just show you. 11 high by, I'd say 17. So that's probably, is that a standard 11 by 17? Yeah, that's probably a standard size. So I will add these two things to the pile, the growing, ever-growing pile of things waiting to be dyed. This is a sealed package of gift wrap. It was a white tag sale at Goodwill, so I paid 25 cents for it. And I just like it because, I mean, it doesn't have a bride or groom on it, but I know that there are people who like the pink, green. I was going to say there aren't any rings, but yes, there were. So this kind of stuff is obviously great for collage, masterboards, you know, anywhere you use an attractive printed paper. Okay, baby shower game kit. Now, did I even open this up? Maybe not. So again, because I've done some baby books, I just thought it might be handy to have around, and I don't think I paid $1 for it. So these are, they're not stickers, but they're like, what do you call them? Almost like vocabulary cards. So those are cool. There's a page of stickers, baby words. What is this? This is very shiny, slick paper. Huh. I don't know what that, I guess those could be used as, who knows what this is for. Doesn't matter. 4 games or up to 22, or up to 20 guests. 4 blank poster sheets. So because this paper is so shiny and slick, it would be a good thing to put on the desk when a person is doing some, you know, messier stuff. And now I don't know when this video will be airing, but if you haven't already seen it, please watch for a video I did, which is one of a kind of a recurring series on making fabric cloth. Paper cloth, fabric cloth, fabric and cloth, same thing. Paper cloth. So those papers will come in handy for protecting my desk. This is a really kind of a grape colored stretchy elastic, and of course I think it was probably just in a hank or something. I put it on the what do you call these things? Oversized craft stick. So I'll put that away. This is a brand new set of 3 stamps. It's called Sketched Birds. The heck? AI? Huh. That is so, I mean, AI is so pervasive. Oh, that fly. It's getting to be that time of year where they're trying to find shelter inside. Okay, so, I mean, did I need more bird stamps? Not really, but I thought that the peacock was going to come in handy for the someday peacock journal. This is just a small package of paper bags and kind of a cute size. They have a gusset. Let's just see for the heck of it what size this was. 4 3/4 by a little over 7. So I'll add this to my paper bag stash. That would be, those would make a cute journal size. Okay, oh, this is probably the last non-book item. I'm trying to look all around me at the same time. Okay, $2.50 for this stamp. Not entirely sure what that flower is. Looks like somebody put it in a CD case. No, what is this? DVD case? Whatever this is. And labeled it from the garden. And it is unused. So I think that should be good. Okay. Now, the next part. Oh, no. I'll save that for that'll be my last item. How am I going to remember? I'll put it right here. I don't know what I paid for this, to be honest. But I thought that this is a story I probably need to reread. It's The Wizard of Oz in a little golden book. It is in nice shape. 1979, if I recall, yes. And I don't, the illustrations aren't exactly so spectacular, in my humble opinion. However, what the heck are these letters down here? I don't like that. Anyway, one of these days, because I've never done it, and I like to try to do everything at least once, is I want to do a little golden book journal. So this may be the one. Classic story. Okay. Actually managed to get some tea cards. So I'll add this to my stash of tea cards. Now I won't, there are no names, it's just initials. The Northern Alberta Dairy Pool was a creamery, an outfit. There was even one in Andrew, where I live, or near where I live. And so, of course, farmers would put their cream in 5 or 10 gallon cream cans and take it to the creamery to be weighed. And then it was shipped, I guess, by tanker and processed. To be honest, I don't really, I was pretty young when all this was happening. So I don't know what actually was done on site. Maybe they separated the milk from the cream. I know, I can't tell you with certainty, one thing that they did do, they had ice cream products. So at the end of June, towards the end of June, the rules at school would sort of get relaxed, and the cream was only about, less than a block away from the school. So, bold, reckless, adventurous students that we were, must have pooled our money or something and, go to the creamery and buy these ice cream treats because, it was June and it was hot. So actually, these would have come from the creamery in Andrew. 1970, these are all 1972. So I thought that was quite a good find. Okay. Oh, and one other sort of related item. A couple of butter wrappers. Now, if you've watched my channel more than 5 minutes, you know that I have other butter wrappers, far more decorative than these, that I've managed to misplace. then, wonder of wonders, I found them, and now I've lost them again. So, I don't know if I put them back where I found them or what, but these will eventually marry up with the 2 other designs I have, and then I can maybe think about listing them and sharing them, because I don't know, probably if a person was doing a cooking journal or something, or you know, household, womanly arts, homemaking kind of journal, that would probably be a nice touch. Okay. Now these books have come from a variety of sources. I'll just plunge right in. I don't like this color, but it is one of the colors of the University of Alberta. This book has probably never been cracked open. It doesn't have the telltale first few pages that have been ripped out, because, hey, we're all pretty good at writing something down on page 1. And then by page 3, maybe we've lost our zip. So obviously the book can be decorated in some way, or it can just be one of those workhorse kind of notebooks that a person uses here in the studio for planning and brainstorming and setting goals and all that. This is my first book, grade 1. Illustrations are quite simplistic. Did I ever find a date? Oh yeah, 1966. So, I mean, it's got some definite pluses. I like these monochrome ones. So I will add this to my readers section. That reminds me, I wonder what the heck I did. I think I might have missed a pile of books here. Anyway, if I did, I'll catch you up in the next round. Okay, Boom Time by James Gray. Peopling the Canadian Prairies. So I have been collecting stuff, images, books like this, for a while, thinking that, well, obviously I have to do a journal with these sort of vintage roots type of theme to it, because let's face it, this is where we all came from, initially. Whether, depending how many different generations ago, but for most of us, we could truly say that our ancestors came from elsewhere, settled in Canada or the US or wherever. And boy, this is falling apart in my hands. And if you've watched these videos before, you know very well that a landscape setting is the best. And if this is still too wide, I'd cut that border off. But I'm sure this is probably the standard 8.5 by 11. 8.5 by 10. Make a liar out of me. So really cute. Whoopsie. Farm scenes, classroom scenes, chore scenes, because this was, this is quintessentially what went on in the early days. Barn raising and church raising and school building and Indigenous people. And I believe that I have another one of these, which is great, because if I, obviously this is the one that I'll take apart. If I needed the back side of a particular page, I obviously have it to use. Did I tell you? 1979. Okay. This says acrylic painting for encaustic effects, 45 wax-free techniques, by Sandra Duran Wilson. I don't know. I didn't even flip through this, and it doesn't. It's so perfect that I don't know if anyone else did either. So in Canada, it would have been $25.50 new. So when I see a book like this and the price is reasonable, I typically grab it because the price is right. And oh, here's a section on alcohol inks. Goodness knows I could use some help in that department. So there are different art techniques to try in here. So this is one of those things that over the course of several evenings or as a passenger in the car, I will read and mark with flags, page flags, so that I, kind of, I'm reminded that, oh, you saw possibilities in this particular technique or whatever. So happy to get that one. Well, obviously I'm happy to get any of the books I've gotten because I love books. This one, The Birds of Alberta, Salt and Wilk. This is from first edition 1958, second 1966. Now this book has semi-gloss pages. Not the most attractive bird book I've ever owned, but turkey vulture. Certainly a lot of possibilities here with these colored photos. Not photos, they're illustrations. Let's see who's who here. Oh, somebody cut something out. Illustrated with color photographs and color drawings. So it looks like a variety of people contributed the imagery. But I'll tell you, I still intend to phone the store and ask for the manager and say, what possesses you people to write the price of the book in felt pen on the cover of a book or anywhere in the book? So this is a linen cover, cloth cover, $2. So anyway, and it was a youngish male cashier. And I said, like that day I bought a heck of a lot of books. Oh, I wonder, I might have shown you some of them. They were some Ukrainian ones too that I've since taken apart. Anyway, I said to him, what would possess you people to do this? Well, it's volunteers. I said, and are they not capable of understanding that that's not the way to price a book? And another thing, the bigger question is, why do you guys even price your books when you have a standard price? Sorry for this little rant, but honestly, it makes my blood boil. You have a standard price for hardcover, a standard price for softcover. Why make paper price tags that probably are getting stuck in the wrong place? And even more, a bigger question is, why do that to a book? I says, this book is essentially mint, but it's been defaced by a volunteer. Well, they're probably in a hurry. And I'm thinking, you, young man, are not management material because you clearly don't get that this is dumb. And maybe don't have the authority to go to make a poster or go back to the volunteers or whatever. But surely to goodness, one would hope that you would have enough common sense and desire to learn and to please a customer that you would take it up with your supervisor or your manager, who does have the authority to rein those fools in. Anyway, I'm all calm now. Family Flip Quiz. Now, again, this was the same place. Am I going to be able to, even with these very short fingers? Okay, I guess I will get it off. But you know as well as I do that in many times, a poorly located price tag will take paper with it. I don't even know what this is about, but I like the idea of it. Okay, so this is how it can stand. So it's almost like those old-fashioned typing books. So it obviously opens this way. It's got a coil binding. It's got a lot of colorful imagery. It's got questions and answers. It's printed on both sides. And I was thinking, you know, way back when I did one of the tree journals in this style, and I was thinking, why can't I use this as a basis for another type of flippy uppy journal? Probably leave it intact or just remove a certain number of pages here and there. Everything is here. I don't have to Frankenstein. No, not Franken. I don't have to make Franken paper and do a whole bunch of patching and mending to get pages the right size. If something is particularly beautiful, like maybe I want that Santa, the reindeer thing, then I rip this page out and I use it. Still, oh look, an eyeball. Still giving me a lot of pages left to use as a base. So that was my theory. And can you imagine if this was a junk journal? How, and of course the cover would be all gussied up, how nice this would be sitting there on display. That's my story and I'm sticking with it. Okay, let's keep going. I think I've only done one binder journal in my life, but boy, oh boy, do I like buying binders. Carolyn Miss, Journal of Inner Dialogue. Now, you may remember when Oprah was in her heyday. Caroline, I don't know if she's a PhD or something, one of the things that, she was one of the people that was on quite frequently. I don't remember the name of her first and biggest book, but I own a copy. Anyway, this is obviously kind of self-help, metaphysical kind of thing. I like that it is in wonderful shape. I like that it's got that, you know, the imagery is such that it almost looks kind of spiritual. It, not that I knew this at the time, but I noticed now that it was printed by Hay House. And if you know Louise Hay, very much has dedicated her publishing company to well-being. And so this nice green fabric inside cover, beautiful pocket, this sort of page protector here. I'm sure none of these pages have ever been touched. So 7 dividers, a couple of top indexy type things, and then at the back here, now there are far too many pages to be used, and this is a pad of paper, and then this promotional or this marketing piece here. So expect, no, I don't want you to hold your breath, because you know you could turn blue and keel over, but one of these days there will be a binder journal coming your way from me. Now this I thought was a treasure. Now I've already forgotten where I got it from. Not that it would matter to you, but if you remember, another Oprah guest was Sarah Ban Brannock. And she wrote Simple Abundance. Now, that was a thicker book with sort of a similar type, cover, but it was in shades of pink. And it had daily, one-pager, daily quote, inspirational kinds of stuff, inspirational stuff. Anyway, see, I'm either very articulate and well-spoken, or I'm like, duh, and stuff. One of them, Sarah credits her. She was a frequent guest on Oprah's show, and of course became a gazillionaire after Oprah endorsed her book, and that led to other branded products and other titles. Anyway, this was her very first book. Not this particular one, but this is a reprint. And this too, other than the little fraying on this, bookmark, it is in immaculate condition. So Simple Abundance, Journal of Gratitude, Something More, Illustrated Discovery Journal, Simple Abundance Companion, A Man's Journey to Simple Abundance, Victorian Nursery Celebration. Now, I've had that book and I cut it up. So this, like I said, is a reprint of that. So I was a passenger in the car and I started reading this. So anyway, copyright 1990 originally, and then this is 2001. Mrs. Sharp's Tradition, registered trademark of Simple Abundance Incorporated. Originally published as Mrs. Sharp's Traditions, nostalgic suggestions for recreating the family celebrations and seasonal pastimes of the Victorian home. Now, isn't that a mouthful and a half? So I can see why the title was changed. Who in his right mind would have a multi-word title like that? But look at the imagery. So again, I didn't get very far into it, but you can see a lot of vintage images, some illustrations. That's a poem of some sort. Just a thing of beauty. And again, in perfect condition. So for instance, the artist on this signed it in 1916. So, this could very well be a bolo book that you would like to add to your own shopping list, given that it is, was reprinted. What did I say? 2001. Oh, yeah, so even the reprint is old, or getting to be old. A few recipes. Create your own Victorian Valentines. So there are a few diagrams. Make your own Victorian paper snowflakes. Now, I have so many things on the go. I have so many things that have been fussy cut. I have so many big and exciting, truly exciting plans that I'm going to leave this intact, because honestly, I've got literally years of work ahead of me if I never cut up another piece of paper. So this just becomes one of those on the shelf kind of thing. I was so impressed with the Simple Abundance book when it came out. I loved that book, that I bought several that Christmas, and obviously gave them to sisters and people like that. Precious Moments Bedtime Stories. Now, I don't know, never got hooked on Precious Moments. Now, there are those two little tears there, but this book too is just in excellent condition. So it was first printed in 1989. By the time 1991 rolled around, so 2 years later, it was already in its 16th printing. So again, was this book ever cracked open? I don't think so. Look at the cute illustrations. So, you know, this is one of those that for now will just, again, be put aside. If I feel like, okay, there are things that I want to work on more than this. Look at these cute little colorful children. I just love multicolored. I love multicolored children. You know, maybe this is one of those books that gets listed because, you know, no doubt there are people out there who would give their eye teeth to get a book like this in such wonderful shape. I didn't tell you the size. So 10 1/4 by 7 and a bit. Okay. You know, for someone who, I say this probably every time, for someone who really doesn't cook, I sure seem to have gotten into the habit of buying cookbooks. This obviously is just volume 1 of a multi-volume set. So it too looks like it hasn't been opened. Well, I guess opened long enough to stick a few things into. Did everyone always save their Certo labels? What is going on here? What is this? Is that part of that? Use this recipe book. Anyway, this book is in incredible condition. Oh, and here's some, it's trying to sell us on the other volumes. Oh my goodness, there's 14, 15, 16 volumes. So clearly this is an incomplete set. But it does have some, it has matte paper and some illustrations. 1972. That's a cool page. So it's got, you know, different colors of typesetting. Bundt cake. So again, you know, maybe if a person really was hepped up on pink and blue, there are certainly those elements in here that could be used. So this will likely just sit intact for the time being. So there's that. Okay. 4 or 5 more, and then we're done. Crafts in Minutes, as seen on Lifetime television for women. I didn't have flags with me because I was obviously in the car, but there were some kind of interesting projects in here that I thought would be worth trying. Glossy paper, but you know, sort of your typical craft book. And I'm sure that these days, oh, I should tell you the year, 97. These days, there are fewer of these books being printed because people are getting their ideas, you know, probably on YouTube. The place where we live. Okay, McCall's No Time to Cook, Meals in Minutes. That's not a very attractive cover, just saying. Glossy paper, really glossy paper, 1985. However, there are lots of these drawings that, you know, obviously a person could cut out, fussy cut out. It definitely has its own aesthetic and style of drawing. But if you work several of them into a project, then, you know, oh my goodness, this looks awful. What in the world is that? Eesh. Oh, Lord. Is there anything on either of these pages that you would willingly eat? I'll just let you consider that for a moment. If you could pull out those cucumber slices without disturbing whatever that other stuff is, perhaps. So again, a certain aesthetic to the drawings. So these are quiches. See, even using these chapter, is that a chapter title? I don't know. Anyway, that typography is quite nice. Elegant desserts. That snowman is cute. I think I want to do a snowman journal this winter. I know how you all love jellied salads. So, oh my goodness, breast of turkey mousse. Tuna pate with beans. Beef a la mode in aspic. Oh, Lord. It goes from bad to worse. Glazed tongue and new potato salad. Give me strength. Okay, I probably killed your appetite for this evening. Okay, this one is called Incredible Visual Illusions. You won't believe your eyes. Now, I haven't flipped through it other than briefly in the store, deciding, okay, do I want it or don't I? This edition, 2006, copyright 2003. So, I believe that it's going to be a bunch of those why would someone build tilted houses? When people walk down a crazy street, they believe they're walking up, and vice versa. In some popular tourist attractions, gravity appears to lose its grip as people are able to lean off walls without falling. Balls in water appear to roll and flow uphill, and objects appear to stand at strange angles without falling. So, you know, just flipping through this is probably very, you know, good for one's thinking process. I know that when I flipped through in the store, I saw that one. If you've ever been to a conference or a meeting somewhere and, you know, somebody wants to, can you recognize the portrait? I've never seen that one before, or this, but, you know, you've probably seen, maybe I can find it quickly. You've probably seen the thing where they hand out a piece of paper and they say, "What do you see?" And then some people say, "Oh, I see a young lady." And other people say, "I see an old woman." And of course, you're both right. And some people see nothing whatsoever. I know I could never... To which body does the head belong? Excuse me. To which body... Sorry. To which body does the head belong in this unretouched photograph of the former First Lady, Lady Bird Johnson? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, this is another thing. I didn't know they gave a name to it. In this list of colored words above, don't say the word, say the color of the word. Try to do this task as fast as you can. You will find it is not so easy. Don't say the word, say the color of the word. So you'd say green. What is that? Gray, pink, black, pink, blue, red, yellow, red, blue. That, I'm sure I didn't break any speed records on that. So this is just one of those kind of conversation pieces. Is it this one? Can you? Oh yeah, this is one of them. There's both an old lady and a young woman in this image. So that was supposed to be a warming up kind of activity. I thought there was another one that was sort of almost used to the point of ad nauseum. Anyway. Oh, I started to say that I was never one of those people that could see the, what the heck were they called? You know, there'd be sort of these designs. For a while there, they, see, I'm getting a headache looking at that. For a while, they would appear in the colored comics every Saturday with the newspaper. Magic Eye or something? Okay, 2 more books and then the finale. The Flower Garden, Summer Flowers from Seed, Alan Toogood. Same cover. Again, all of these books are in great shape. So I liked it's not particularly glossy. Number one, I like the poppies on the end papers. And then we always slip past the diseases and the propagating stuff at the back. There are these that are just perfectly sized for either tags or tucks or pockets or whatever. So essentially that was what sold me on it. And you can see that they've been grouped by color families. And then there are some of these, well, these are containers, but, you know, sort of the garden, the site planning diagrams. These are not very nice, to be kind, compared to some that we have all seen, like in the Time Life series of books. But, again, even if a person didn't like the way it was illustrated, certainly these pages could be ripped up and become collage fodder. I hope you can't hear that tractor idling out there. Okay, last book. I don't think I have this. Better Homes and Gardens, Complete Guide to Gardening. 10 by 9 1/4. And it's a thick one. It is 1.5 inches. And it's heavy. 1979. I've had some of those books, I wonder. You know, I have a whole set of books downstairs. Interior design books and, see, diseases. What did I tell you? interior design and gardening books that have never made it upstairs since I've started this whole journaling business. Okay, so we've got full page, and you know what I'm going to say. You fill in the blanks. I'm not even going to say it. So these sorts of charts, if you like charts and, you know, crisscrossy grid looking things, you've got a few of those. Tables, columns. Now we're into the black and white illustrations. So it's kind of nice the way they intersect that line. I think that to save one's sanity and eyesight, it would be good just to, well, okay, that's a strawberry, go like that and make a little pocket. Or just box it off or use a big enough circle punch so that you get the image and not drive yourself insane fussy cutting. That would be my approach. Of course, if you love fussy cutting, have at her. That is gorgeous. And the beauty of this is it's nice, if the paper feels nice, and it's got a bit of a sheen, but nothing to get alarmed about. Oh my goodness, there's almost a vibrating sound that's coming from that tractor. It's kind of whatever that is. So these pages could easily become I wonder, this might be sewn in. Yes, sirree. Now, this is way too big for a signature page unless you do some creative folding there, but and then these I thought were really cool. So if a person was doing kind of a tallish, skinny one, fold down this line, you've got the illustration and the title and the little tiny paragraph right there. Or tear around them and do a black and white masterboard. Because you know how I like masterboards. That's pretty beautiful. Gladiolas. Gladiolas seem like such an old-fashioned flower to me. I think they kind of got stereotyped as funeral flowers too. You know, those big spray arrangements. There was certainly a time when that was done. Now these I thought were really cool. Not that easy cutting out unless you have the right sized oval punch. You know, some of us don't like cutting circles and ovals, but certainly it's nice to have that guideline there and full color. And again, pages of those. So you may choose to put this on your, be on the lookout for. Here are some layouts. These are kind of watercolory type illustrations. Oh, that fly is now buzzing around my head. What do we have here? Oh, weeds. Typically, weeds don't get to the front of the book. Okay, I didn't know that these pages were here. So it's basically talking about landscaping, foundation plantings. I love that. And then these look so architectural. This is a nice book. I'm so glad I got it. You know, sometimes you just grab it because time is of the essence and you want to get on with your day and whatever. And you hope that it is as good as you thought it would be. Well, this one is better than I thought it would be. Okay, enough of that. And if you watch the live sales that Angela and Carol and Sandy usually do, and I've been lucky enough to be a guest seller a few times, one of the items that keeps coming up over and over again, and again, something that I never really thought about before that, was paper dolls. So imagine, and this is all Cyrillic, this is Ukrainian, Ukrainsky, whatever. This is an intact doll. And look at these traditional costumes. So the headpieces are obviously a big part of any of these. You know, like if you watched Ukrainian dancers, you would traditionally see some sort of variation of these things. Now, none of them are labeled. Oh, and they're usually boots to put on too. So some of these are more common, to me anyway. And again, got that Ukrainian blood coursing through my veins, but don't know too much about it, to be honest. But I just thought this was so special. And of course, there is no date on it. And of course, I haven't tried translating it. But I just thought, my lucky day. And that, my lovelies, is where I'm going to stop today. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. It's beautiful. Anyway, guys, let me know which you've liked the best. And if you have some of the books that I've shown that are real prizes, maybe you want to tell me how you've used them. Or are you hoarding them like I intend to for a while? Anyway, guys, it's been my pleasure to do this. As always, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Please consider joining my Words and Pictures membership group on my Ko-fi page. Check out my physical and digital items on the Maker's Market, my Ko-fi shop, and of course Etsy. I have added a number of new items recently, and I hope that you find something there that could probably add a different dimension to the projects that you're doing. Anyway, guys, thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.